don't get done, don't get done. What don't get done and stays the same and gets worse. Now, between one and the other, do you get hung up on the get worse part? Because that'll freak you out and move you to being nervous. My friend just stopped by and he got, we're talking, and he just did a project and it went good and he had company and it wasn't a paid out. He paid, but it was a relative. It was nice kind of thing that got done. The project got done and company had happened. So, all right, what's next? He's like, oh, wait. Well, don't get done, don't get done. And I started thinking, wow, that's the way I'm thinking now. But don't get done. It's just too much. I finally come to a point where I realize it ain't gonna get done by me. I just can't get to it. Just can't. And I'm starting to be okay with it, I don't need that stuff. That stuff actually bringing me more yuck, more anxiety, more sleeping yucky patterns. Uh, so what don't get done, just don't get done. And he started talking like that. He ain't been like that in a year. I ain't been like that in 2 years. Uh, Everything had to get done. There was a mountain of stuff to get done, and I was just stupid enough to think I might be able to get done. Wrong, wrong. Oh, I was way wrong. So, he started talking about, well, it don't get done, it don't get done. If I get it done by winter, if it gets done, it gets done. If it don't, it don't. I'm like, oh my, that's the way I'm. You sound like me now. How come you're not all nervous about getting that thing done? Uh, he just got to a point. He says, you got to get to a point. He says, some point you realize you can't do all. I'm like, that is me. I swear. I'm like, he does this to me all the time. He's a goofball. He ain't like me at all. But he keeps going through the same stuff and ending up in the same place in his weird ways. Uh, and I'm like, that sounds like me. Uh, uh, what's going on? Do we not care anymore? Uh, are we getting lazy? We get burned out? Are we realizing properly that this stuff is just too much? Uh, I don't know what's going to get done. I know what I would like to have done. And then if I consider the reasons I'd like to have done, some of them are pretty vain. Some are pretty vain. I could do without. Uh, so I'm back to deciding what gets done and what don't get done to a finer tune. I always kind of like how to pick priorities. Okay, but this is finer. This is, boy, I really only want to do a couple things. I'm only kind of semi-inspired to do a few things. The rest of it can just wait on me. Oh, somebody waiting on me. Ooh, everyone's waiting on me all the time. I'm tired of that. But there's not so much everybody no more around here. What don't get done, don't get done. And the other part, what don't get done stays the same and gets worse. Things don't get better. They start out somehow fresh and pretty, and then they end up corroding. They end up not being good no more. They end up faltering, dying away, passing on. I don't know. Uh, so then you got start concerned. If I don't get to this now, it's gonna ball it up for later. Then you feel your own pressure on yourself that you just did to yourself. And here you are saying, I don't need to do it. And here you are just saying, you got to do that. And now you're so mixed up. If you ain't got a friend that's just as mixed up, you're going to be all mixed up by yourself. And no one's going to understand you. Because they're hiding their mixed up. They're going to come out and they're going to present themselves so they got it all together. Because that's what we got to do. Otherwise, we all go crazy. Because we know we're all pretending. If I blow your masquerade, that means I'm going to blow mine. It ain't going to end up good. So, what don't get done, just don't get done. Some of the don't get done is stuff that some of the want to get done is the want tos, not have tos. So I think I'm learning my have tos. I got a friend that's kind of doing the same thing. I'm like, holy cow, you're thinking like that's okay if it don't get done? That's a good place to be.